Right, I've got to be honest with you, it's difficult on a day like today. Fair play to Rochdale, they deserve to win at the end of the day, they scored more points than us. But I thought, you know, we did dominate the second half, we just couldn't finish off. Woo! I'm sure, you know, Paul will have a word a bit later just about the game, but fair play to both teams to play in those conditions. Well, they were horrendous, and you know, I think we should show our appreciation to both sides and congratulate Rochdale on the win. I have to say that as chairman, as a fan, I'm absolutely gutted. I really am. Right, we can go straight on to interviewing Paul. Oh, I did write a couple of things down, but if you want to hear them, I'll do them, but I don't know. If you want to hear them, alright. Well, I'm going to tell you now, I've got a confession to make. I am an addict. I'm an addict.
It's coming out.
And for the last 2 weeks, I've been seeing a couple of tarts. Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Weeks or years?
No, for the last 2 weeks, a couple of tarts. To give the full title, the TripAdvisor Rescue Therapist, and they're there to help me. Because I've got a big problem with TripAdvisor. I look at it every week. I've been doing well these last 2 weeks, I've kept off it, but I must admit, I had a look at it this weekend, and I have got a couple of interesting facts about Rochdale, if you want to hear them.
Of course we do.
I went on the Rochdale TripAdvisor forum, and I found the following. The unfortunately named the Clap Man from Luxembourg said, 2 days ago, I heard there was a riot in Rochdale. Is it safe to visit Rochdale? To which the aptly named Infectious of Rochdale replied, it depends what you're bringing with you. Think about it. Right, another subheading on the Rochdale forum, and it's true if you have a look on there, was Scottish banknotes. Jackie from Glasgow asked, are Scottish banknotes accepted in Rochdale? To which Rochdale Forever replied, no, and neither are Scottish people. Do one. Right, that's enough of that rubbish. Just to let you know, we have got a cocktail of the day. We named it after the stadium, as you would imagine today. It's an absolutely superb cocktail, we'll serve it to you now. And it's called the Bloody Big Mucky Mess. That's it. Right, man of the match. Firstly, we had 2 match ball sponsors today. Paddy Halligan, all the way from Ulverston. I think representing the old friends in many ways, is that not right, Paddy? Came in Martin. And we had Brenda. Now, Brenda came for a meal, and she was a little bit intoxicated after it. She also brought her own bottle of gin to drink through the match. And we never really got to the bottom of who was going to be man of the match. She did say to me, I picked a man, and I thought, well, we're getting somewhere, but we haven't actually found out who it is. So to be fair, all the lads played well, and I think it's probably reasonable to say, sorry, Benny? You text me?
Oh, check it out, you better check it out.
I know, but that one just said, I love you. What a bloody player. Right, no, to be fair, I think on balance, they felt Chris Hankinson was just about there. Now obviously Chris isn't here because all the players obviously are freezing cold, etc. We'll make sure he gets that. But what I thought is if Brenda and Paddy would like to come up and... sorry? Oh, James is here. So we'll get James to come up as well, and just, if you have a photograph taken with James. And that means James will have to say a few words after, so, yeah. Brenda? Oh, you're alright, you don't need anyone to carry you. You're alright. Come on, James, just get a picture taken there. Not with me. Alright, with me. Right, so Brenda and Paddy.
You alright?
I'll get this side, Brenda. I look tall now.
Okay.
6'2" now.
And can I thank you both so much for sponsoring the game today. And James, you're going to get the short straw now, and you're going to have to say a few words for us. Thanks, Brenda. Thanks, Paddy. Right. Obviously, I say as a fan, whatever the conditions, if we don't win, it's very upsetting. But you know, I can't imagine what it was like to play out there. And to be fair, the guys put the effort in. We dominated the game in the second half, particularly. There's no doubt about that. But in the end, they got in our half twice and they scored it. The lads must have been really disappointed.
Yeah, I think everybody played really hard. The weather conditions didn't help at all. It's so bad, but everybody give 110% on defence, I'd say. You know, worked really hard. It was just unfortunate a couple of times. They ended up in our half and they capitalised on it. But throughout the team, I thought everybody put good effort in. Thank you.
Okay, put your hands together for James and the rest of the team. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Right. Finally, if you all keep quiet, we're just going to ask Paul to come up and say a few words. I can't imagine what it's like trying to coach under these conditions. What you have to understand is that Paul's been an amazing guy because we haven't been able to provide him with the facilities he really needs because with the terrible weather, obviously the pitch has been horrendous. And they're not getting enough time on the field to practice. And you know, Paul takes it in his stride. He never criticises the club about it. But you know, we appreciate it's been really difficult. But today, well, I don't know. I just thought it was a lottery, and how you'd have a game plan in those conditions, I don't know, Paul.
Well, it probably come down to a misfield kick and a bad carry coming out of our 20. I thought in the second half we really did dominate the game. We had 23 sets, but we only completed 9 of them. It was just a bar of soap, and Max went over the line without the ball. Mossy went over the line without the ball. We had a try disallowed down this bottom corner. So, you know, and it was small margins really for us, and we're absolutely gutted that we didn't get through. And on a dry track, like John Fieldhouse said, that he thought we'd have probably won comfortably. But you know, it was like I say, we've got to be honest with ourselves and. You've got to be really disciplined with the ball. I thought we played a little bit too wide. What we try and do is burn 2 points. We did it for a short spell in the first half and we scored an amazing try, playing in that little channel through the middle, and we thought we'd get some joy. But then we decided to start throwing the ball to the edges and we dropped the ball, which is, and if you speak to the lads, it was just impossible to hold the ball. And speaking to that, Jason Villas, who's the assistant coach, you know, he just shook his head coming off, and it was just a lottery, and frankly we lost because of that. But again, we'll never criticise our lads for lack of effort. There was a lot of effort, you know, line speed and stuff like that. So, you know, but again, what we're left with is the aftermath. And I'll just say it wasn't these fellas that actually put the game on. It was the RFL that agreed to go on, even though we couldn't see the lines. It was real heavy. But having said that, you've got to put yourself in a position to win and be real patient. And we didn't do that. I don't think they did that either, but they just had the luck really when they kicked the ball. I think it was 80 metres and they chased it, and then we come out on the play after and we dropped the ball and they pounced on the ball. So it come down to that really, and there was nothing in the game really. But we'll go again next week. We've got Hunslet away, which is going to be real tough as well. They got beat today, but you know, it's about us progressing as a group, and we're doing that. And we just need some field time to get some combinations going. And what we have done is spent a lot of time in DW and running up the cenotaph and up hills and that, and we haven't really had the ball in our hands, and it's showing a little bit in our execution and play. But we will get that once it firms up and stops raining. Whether it does or not, I don't know, but we will that, and we'll keep fighting for you fellas. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Paul. Okay, thank you all, and we'll see you all at Hunslet next week.